Create yourself a new world, big or small, but make it beautiful. The Property Show brings you beautiful spaces, exquisite construction ideas, easy style interior designing, and we bring you up to date with the industry. It's fresh, it's inspiring, it's The Property Show. Now showing on The Property Show.
Welcome to The Property Show. On this week's edition, there's quite so much that we've got in store for you. Edwin Musime is my name, and it's The Property Show, where we make real estate sense. You know what I'm excited about today's show? We're going to learn so much about interior designing, but equally a lot more. Now, first and foremost, special thanks this week to Knight Frank, Acacia Mall, and of course Nakumat and House of J for the work that you ensured you invested in, the time you invested in the property to ensure we have the best shooting locations for this week. Just want to equally thank and appreciate our main associate sponsors this year, Roofings Uganda Limited and Lamudi.
Today on The Property Show.
Gundinawe, is that any way to cover?
When you have to cover something, cover it the right way. Only Roofing's iron sheets have double coating that give them a much longer life and are made with Japanese technology for best quality right here in Uganda. With Roofing's iron sheets, we've got you covered. Roofing's, strength of a nation.
Welcome to the Property Update, where we get you posted and keep you posted on what's happening in the industry. And our job at the Property Show is to ensure that we keep you posted on every nitty-gritty of what's happening in the industry. I need to take off time to appreciate all our brothers, ladies and gentlemen and sisters in the diaspora. We've gotten quite a huge base in the United Kingdom, Canada, USA. You're watching the show and we appreciate, and it's good to have you. And it's important that you actually keep posted on what's happening down here. The reason I've got this gentleman right next to me is not because Lamudi is an associate partner and sponsor on the Property Show, but I thought it's one of the most amazing innovation. Guess what? In the comfort of your office, actually online, you can be able to dream of a house or a property you want to stay in Muyenga, and it's just a click away. Or you want to stay in Munyonyo, you want to stay in Ntinda, anywhere you want. I don't know whether, do you go up to North Gulu?
We go to Gulu.
Everywhere.
Yes,
can you imagine it? The days of necessarily having to get out of your office and having to roam around looking for property are over. Why? It's Lamudi. Tell us, what is Lamudi all about?
Lamudi is an online real estate platform. We are an online real estate marketplace. We have a presence in 28 countries, 17 of them in Africa. And we are part of a company called Africa Internet Group. What we do, we specialize in providing online information. We provide information about property from buyers to sellers that need properties. Either they need a house for rent, flats for sale, land, really anything generally that's real estate related. Lamudi is there to provide.
We talk about Lamudi can get you the property you want wherever you are, but how does somebody actually get to use this?
We have two platforms. We have an app which you can download on your phone. We also have a website, which is our primary platform. If you go onto our website, www.lamudi.co.ug, basically you go and you search for exactly what you want. You put into the search bar if you want to rent, if you want to buy. They basically provide the information. You see a listing with pictures. After the pictures, if you're interested in that particular property, you click on a show number button, and you get information of exactly who is selling that property, and you contact them.
When we were growing up, we were used to a house is going to be 400,000, 500,000 Uganda shillings. Then later on came in factors like the Southern Sudanese with the dollars and all kind of thing. These days, all of a sudden, you go to these houses and it's dollars, it's dollars, it's dollars everywhere. However, what's your general assessment of the real estate industry?
I think, first and foremost, Uganda as a country is a young country. That means everything really, or most of the industries that are young industries. So the real estate industry, in theory, is a young industry, and we're trying to see, I think we are doing our best. We are getting more professional, you know, but there's still a lot of disorganization. These days everyone is a broker. You know, these days you wake up in the morning and you decide I'm going to go and sell a house, and all of a sudden, you know, you're a broker. But generally, because the economy is getting better, I think the real estate industry is getting better, and it's still, I think it's still the safest investment that you can have. It's probably might not get as much as you used to in terms of return on investment right now, but you know that it's going to pay off.
I tell you what, Lamudi is just one of those brands I'm just proud of associating with and affiliating with. It's a great visionary brand. But 10 years from today, where do we expect the brand to actually be?
Well, in 10 years, I would hope for us to still be here. You know, first of all, we've just made a year, so that's 9 years. So I hope in 10 years, Lamudi to be the number one. If anyone thinks about anything to do with the real estate, you know, think Lamudi first. I hope for us to have really tried and developed a professional real estate way of doing things. I hope for us to be in all over the world, because we're only in like 17 or 28 countries around the world, 17 of them in Africa. But I hope for us to really be the brand for real estate. I want to be, you know, I hope maybe we are listed in a stock exchange somewhere, maybe, I don't know, but the sky is the limit at the moment.
Now, before we go any further, one of the critical things we're going to look at today is we've always asked ourselves, what kind of houses, what kind of different types of houses actually do exist? In our special feature this week, we take a cute look at the different shapes and sizes of houses. Let's take a look at that.
Duplex. The term itself refers to a twofold apartment or condominium where there are separate entrances for the dwelling units. Usually a duplex comes in the form of a two-story house where a common wall separates the two areas. A duplex can then be extended to make 3 units or more, and then it would be termed as a 3-plex, 4-plex, 5-plex, and so on. A duplex is also referred to as a semi-detached home. Row house. Row houses are modern types of homes that are located in the same area and have the same architectural design and appearance. They are situated side by side and the units share a common wall. In closed subdivisions, these houses are usually priced less than single detached households. Colonial house. This type of house features designs that are related to the United States colonial period. Several types of colonial houses exist, such as the French colonial, Spanish colonial, Dutch colonial, Georgian, and German colonial. Houses that are built in the colonial style take their designs from houses, government offices, and churches that were built somewhere during the 16th to the 19th century. Farmhouse. No particular design is associated with the style farmhouse, but it is a term that describes the main house that is situated on farmland. These houses are more practical than aesthetic, but they're often well equipped in terms of insulation and food storage. Mansion. A mansion is the word used to describe a very large house. In the US, real estate brokers define mansions as houses with an area of 8,000 square feet or 740 square meters or more. Traditionally, mansions are characterized by having a large ballroom and numerous bedrooms. Today, however, there is no particular requirement as to what makes a mansion, aside from the fact that it should be a large and well-endowed home.
Now it's that moment where we get to improve on our language in the real estate industry, and it's the property jargon. I remind you, one of the keys to winning some special gifts will be running some questions to you on definitions of certain things in the real estate industry. So it's very important you keep attuned to whatever phrase or word that we use from the property jargon right now. it's scorching hot out here, and one of the things I've always been afraid of is I'm afraid of heights. But I tell you what, courtesy of Roofings again, our drone camera for the property show is not afraid of heights. I'm right on the top of the Acacia Mall building, but we're about to give you the sky view or the bird's eye of one of the most beautiful properties that we have in this country. And courtesy of some of your votes, you felt like Speak Resort Munyonyo would give you some of the best shots up there. And we need to commend Mr. Sudiru Parelli, because what you got down there at Munyonyo is just amazing and superb. Well, right now, why don't we catch the drone and get over with the bird's eye this week?
The Bird's Eye, brought to you by Roofings. The Bird's Eye was brought to you by Roofings.
Roofings, strength of a nation.
Still to come.
So you have to put into consideration what you saw and where you are and your lifestyle.
It's the property of the week moment, and we have made it a point to ensure that we go fishing out all the properties you think you want to watch as property of the week. Just remember, if you're seated down there and you feel like there's a property that you want featured on the show, or your own property you feel befits featuring as property of the week, get onto our Facebook page or our hotline number, reach us and get in touch with us. Where am I today? One of the most gorgeous properties in East Africa. I know that Kenya talks about the T-Junction, Rwanda's got its own malls. But guess what? One of the very first malls that's air-conditioned and it's exquisite. It's the Acacia Mall. And we're going to take a look around this auspicious, incredible, phenomenal piece of a property. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you like it.
Nairobi has the Junction Mall. Kigali has the Kigali City Tower. But Kampala has the Acacia Mall, which is our property of the week. Located in Kololo, the upscale area just off the central business district of Kampala City, the Acacia Mall has emerged as a premium shopping and leisure destination. Acacia Mall covers 35,000 square meters, encompassing an atmosphere for lifestyle and value with a vibrant mix of home, fashion, fitness, food, service, leisure and entertainment offerings, and will render the shopper spoilt for choice. The mall that was developed by Gulfstream Investments Uganda Limited is a property marvel. The mall has a glitzy vertical layout designed for lavish shop displays and a vaulted glass ceiling to complete the experience. Acacia is the first and only shopping mall in Uganda with a fully centralized air conditioning for a complete and comfortable shopping experience. The mall has other facilities that include high-tech surveillance equipment, 5 escalators, lifts, and 3 800 kVA generators, in addition to firefighting equipment. With the commissioning of the Acacia Mall, Gulfstream Investments Uganda Limited set a benchmark in the regional retail landscape, encompassing a world-class retail and entertainment complex with the most stylish brands on offer, in a plush and elegant ambience. Acacia follows the pattern of malls that represent a golden age. In this case, it is a true celebration of the sprouting middle-income class and confirms Uganda's place among the fast-growing countries in the sub-Saharan African region that are said to have experienced a surge in economic activity over the last 2 decades. It is not only a true impression of the zenith of architecture, but it is a detailed masterpiece to witness. It's the property of the week, the Acacia Mall.
Well, it's the moment where we get to have our property talk. And guess what? This week I host an incredible, phenomenal lady in the world of interior designing. I've got good news for all the viewers of the property show. Starting this coming week, we've got lots of gifts to give out. Household gifts, right from chandeliers to microwaves to screens, lots of gifts. How are you able to win? Number one, you've got to be a fan of the property show. So right now as you watch, get onto your phone, on your tab, on your computer, get onto Facebook and like the Property Show Uganda page. That's the Facebook page. When you get onto the Facebook page, you'll get the next instruction on how you can win yourself some great, incredible gifts. This week, we focus on interior designing, and our plan is to ensure that in the next coming 2 weeks, everybody ensures that they've got a quality home for quality living.
Well, I started intensely to practice interior designing about 3 years ago, and that was right after I had gotten my children to a certain age and I could leave them home comfortably without worrying about them. And so I really started with friends, people that I knew, and from them I got recommended to other people. I'd rather actually that people, before they start to build, for example, those who are building, before they start to build, first approach an interior designer for consultation, because when you go to an architect and you say, okay, I'm going to build a I'd like to build a 3-bedroom house, 1-bedroom master bedroom, one for the kids and one for the guests. That's what he'll do. He'll go to the site, plan and etc. If you come to me, I will ask you, how many children do you have? What ages are they? Because you have to consider things like, are they old? Are they about to leave the nest? Will you be left with such a huge house? We'll get into the nitty-gritties of, do they have disabilities? Those are questions an architect wouldn't bother asking you. So then I'm considering that if you're going to design your house, I can do a basic ground plan for you, then the architect, panel beats it. And then consider how sharp corners, sharp edges, things like that. People see stuff. We read magazines, they're out there. We have television shows, and you say, I want that in my house, I want this in my house. But you have to put into consideration where we are. Some of the things we see are in countries that are cold. Say, for example, carpets. You see a house and it's wall-to-wall carpet, and it's that thick, luxurious carpet, and you say, I've got to have a carpet wall-to-wall in my house. But we're a hot country. It's just not practical. Plus, if you have little kids running around, or so many people, we Ugandans, we have lots of people living with us. High traffic areas, the carpet gets worn out, gets dirty, so the maintenance is quite difficult. And then you have, say, about one maid who cleans up the house, and she does so many things. So maintenance, when they're on the floor, we have a lot of dust in this country. So those curtains are likely to get dirty more often. I mean, how many times do people wash their curtains in this? I mean, even myself, I'm not going to say that on the screen, but I do take a while, except the netting. The netting actually shows, so that's easy to wash. But the curtains, you're thinking, we can still hang in there. But so you imagine what's going on the ground. Someone mopped or did not sweep properly, so you got stuff there. Then you have a child who's wanting to use it as a play cloth. It's not practical. So you have to put into consideration what you saw and where you are and your lifestyle. Okay, you want to have a huge, or you have a small house and you want to have lots of furniture because you get so many guests. Perhaps you want to increase the size of the room, or maybe have a little furniture that is permanent and then have the other one stored away. You can have all of it in the same room because I get so many visitors. It just gets so cramped. So you think about your lifestyle, the purpose for which you want that thing, and then you're good to go.
Why not try out Lamudi, Uganda's best search engine for properties? You simply snap, upload, and share with the world on your computer or mobile. Download the app on Google Play or the App Store. Make searching fun with Lamudi today.
Well, just like all good things, they do come to an end. It's the property show where we make sense of real estate. Special thanks to our associate sponsors, Roofings and Lamudi. I'll tell you what, the surprising news is that we're partnering up with a number of people that are going to enable you win some household items to make your house living much better. How do you participate to win yourself special household gifts? Number one, you've got to be a fan of the Property Show Uganda. So you get onto your Facebook, whether it's on your phone or iPad or computer, like our Facebook page. Right on our page, you will find instructions on how to win. And keep your feedback flowing on how you think this show could be better, because the Property Show is about you. Until next week, stay blessed, live inspired.
Next week on The Property Show.
Another summer day has come and gone away in Paris and Rome, but I want to go home.